Twitch keeps acting silly for Mater Dash today.
Do what now?
Okay, the stream is back for me.
Is it still acting silly? I know the camera's acting silly. I got that on autofocus and it's doing all kinds of weird things, so you turn autofocus off. Chill out, camera. Alright, well, we could pop the cover on this thing anyway. Alright, so are we zoomed out all the way? We are. That's the problem with these big items on the desk. Gotta get them way far away.
Ha ha ha, I thought you had the camera doing that to the music.
It kind of looked like it, huh? You gotta get this thing way far away before it'll capture everything on the desk. And the funny thing is I actually got this camera because it has a really wide angle lens on it, and I'm still need a wider angle lens.
Mater sounds like my mom's husband.
Oh no. Don't hold that against me.
And she got remarried Abu 10 years ago.
There.
But Mater has more hair, lol.
Oh, I do, huh? Well, let's pull this apart and visually look at it and see if we can find anything wrong with it. What it was doing was eating up the tape, so I'm thinking it might be a mechanical issue, just off the top of my head. As old as cassette tape players are, usually they have belt problems.
Bad capstan.
Yep. Some of them was gear driven. And if they're gear driven,
bad belt to take up reel.
Yes, exactly. Some of them was gear driven too, and the gear driven ones were the high quality ones. But there wasn't many of them produced because the gear driven ones had a bad problem with drag. So they never really took off that much because they always had so much resistance with the gearing that they constantly had problems with them. Oh, up there and there.
I'm just glad I don't have to work on reel-to-reel tape decks anymore.
Oh man, you remember them too, huh? You remember having to thread them buggers? Boy, it sure looks clean. I don't know how much of that you can see, but it's virtually new inside. That thing's shiny.
I had to thread 2 of them every day.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this thing is spotless. It ain't even got dust in it. Somebody took good care of it. Well, the belts are still intact. They're not broken. Whoa. They ain't much more than intact, though. Okay. Plug this guy in. If I have a socket left to plug it into. Got two full ones. In between.
We had some special 10-track ones for recording air traffic control radios.
Oh.
One for primary, one for backup, and tapes had to be changed daily.
Okay. Okay, this side don't even want to eject. This side ejected. Got the cover off of it. This side acts like he's trying to eject, but isn't getting anywhere. Let me look at this side over here.
Can you see if the release on the broken one is actually moving?
That's what I'm looking towards. This is a release right here. Focusing. Alright. This is the release right here. I'm gonna hit the button. It looks like it's trying to move, but it isn't moving all the way. If you see the catch, it isn't depressing, and it looks like that top piece of metal is holding it from releasing all the way. So why isn't that top piece of metal down? My guess is something's marking as like being playing or something. So let's see if we could push that piece of metal down. See there, now that metal's down. I don't know if you saw me do that or not. Now it ejected. Okay, so I took a screwdriver and I pushed that piece of metal down that was stopping it from deactivating the lever all the way. And I'm zooming back out. Now it ejected. I'm taking the front plate off. Now I'm closing it back up. Now the reason why I'm taking the front plate off, you never have enough lights when you're working on these things. I'm going to use a teeny tiny mini light to maybe help get a little bit of light on this situation. The reason why I'm taking the front plates off is so I'll be able to manually
And Twitch is doing it to me again. Is the stream dead for you too?
Okay, on this end, it's not showing any drop frames or anything. I haven't showed a drop frame.
Back for me.
I haven't showed a drop frame all stream yet, And I'm looking at the quality checker on...
back for me now too.
Let me look at it real quick. Looking at the quality checker on Twitch itself.
Yeah, I think it's viewer facing side mater.
Okay, because it shows excellent quality on the upstream. So I mean, I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying that it isn't showing it if it is.
And there it goes again for me. But it came right back.
Trying to see how much you guys can actually... My hand's all in that way. Okay. That ain't gonna work. Alright, well, we might have to do this. I wasn't planning on it, but... Oh, that won't work either. Let me see here. What if I did this? Alright, now if I remember correctly, there should be two buttons right up there in the top. Can you see them? Let's see if I can. There they are. You see them two little button nubs? Right up there at the very top. Let me adjust that a little bit. There they are. You see them? One of them tells the tape deck whether it's the cassette tape is able to record, and the other one tells it whether there's cassette tape inside the deck or not. So if I push both of them in, now let me zoom out, it should register as the cassette tape's inside. And obviously as it being able to be recorded on.
One button in each hole?
Yes. Now if I hit play, okay, it's making noises. Nothing's moving. Still nothing's moving. I feel vibration and I feel it trying to move, but nothing's happening on this one. It says playing also on the screen. Fast forward. Nothing. Rewind. Nothing. Okay, so this one, literally no movement at all. Let's go look at the other one over there. We'll do the same thing to it. Let me just move the whole unit over. You guys get a better angle on it. I'm going to do the same thing to it. Here we go.
I thought the button was for recording onto the tape.
It has two nodules in there. It has one for recording, but this tape deck is a smart tape deck, so it has one right next to it, and it just senses whether a cassette tape is inside of it. So one button is to see if it's recordable, and the other one right next to it is just to sense whether a tape is in there at all. See, without it, it won't even activate. Nothing will happen. You can see here, it won't do nothing because it knows that there's no cassette tape in there. I told you this is kind of the cassette tape deals, this is like the high-end stuff. This is, you know, I know it's kind of funny because it's obsolete, but here, I'll just show you. Can you see the screen? Now watch, I'm just going to put my finger on the little nodules and watch the little, there should be a display change. There, you see the little red lights light up? My finger's off of the buttons, on the buttons, off the buttons, on the buttons, off, on. So it's just telling you that it can sense when the tape is in there and when it's not in there. Off, on, off, on. It won't even show that it's activating without your finger on the buttons. Now that my finger's on the button, I'm gonna hit play. Nothing. Okay, playing it the other way. Nothing. Fast forward.
Just seems like a strange thing to have.
Nothing. Well, I'll tell you something else this does, and you guys may not have seen it either. Let me see if I can zoom in on this. Okay, you guys know what a cassette tape head looks like, right? I mean, I know it's been a while, but y'all remember, right? Look at this cassette tape head. You see anything odd with that?
That is a self-reversing tape deck.
Yes. You see that, right? That head can flip 180 degrees. So you don't even have to take the cassette tape out, turning it around, and put it back in. If you want, you can hit play, and then you hit play the other direction, and the head will retract, flip 180 degrees, and then go back in, and the tape deck will start playing in the opposite direction. You don't even have to take your cassette tape out and flip it and put it back in. It would automatically do it. And then you can even have it looped to where it'll play one side, like let's say side A. When it hits the end, it'll flip it and play side B all the way through.
Direction because the L and R tracks are located physically by coils in the head.
Exactly. So, I mean, you know,
that is neat.
This tape deck is like top of the line of tape decks, you know, back in the day. You know, this is like, you know, the bee's knees of tape decks. I know that sounds funny, but okay, so I got zero movement on both sides. So now let's see what it's doing mechanically inside here when we're hitting play. Let's look at this one first. And let's see if we can get an angle we can see.
Back in the day, LOL, like when me and Mater Dash were in our 20s, LOL.
Exactly. Hey, Dr. Plugger. Thank you for following. I hadn't seen you in chat. Did I miss you in chat? If I missed you in chat, I'm sorry, Dr. Plugger. But welcome anyway. And if you haven't been in chat, please join in. Let me adjust my focus real quick. Alright, so what can we see from this angle? Not much of anything. Alright, so maybe here? No. There. Alright, now let me describe to you what you're seeing, because it may not look like you're seeing anything. This is the main drive belt. I'm touching it with a pin. And so this will be where all the action should be coming off of. So let me depress them two buttons I was showing you earlier. And then I'm going to hit play and we'll see what happens. Okay, the belt is trying to move. It looks like just the gears, or not the gears, the belt is just slipping on this little motor right here. This is a motor that I'm touching right now, and that's the little pulley that the belt's on. So it looks like just the belt is slipping on that motor. So let's take and try moving it. Manually first and see if we can just get stuff freed up. It looks like what we're going to have to do is find some replacement belts for this. See, it tried to move right now. The motor itself is doing its job. It's just the belt's not being able to be tight enough to drag the system around. Okay. So is that the problem? I bet you that's the same problem that's happening on the other side. So before we can diagnose anything else, we'll have to find some replacement belts for this unit. Ooh, the focus. There we go. Alright, so let's see what this unit is. Turn the power off. It is a TC WR635S.
Here we go.
Sony.
Yes, it is.
From 1992 LOL.
635S, 635S. And there's our belts. There's a 4-belt kit available on eBay. And that actually looks like the belts, the big ones. I'm sure the little ones will probably need a replacement also. $1992. I don't know. I bet it is. I don't see a year on it. But I wouldn't doubt it one bit. Okay, let's put that on our watch list. And I'll put that on there for later. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put the
Radio
cover.
Museum site says the 92 year.
I believe it. I'm going to go ahead and put the cover back on this one, so I don't have all these things apart. I already have 4 things torn up across here, so we don't want to have all these things completely apart here. Man, we are cruising through these projects, let me tell you. We're not getting a lot done, but we are definitely getting a lot of order lists started. Uh-oh, which way did I have this? I feel like this is the back. Well, you know what? No, I'll save it for when I do get the belts. I'll take the tape decks out for when I do get the belts. I'll wait till I get the belts and then I'll take the tape decks out. I was thinking about taking the tape decks out now, but I better not. So, my plan for this little guy, reiterating, is to get it functioning 100% and then copying all my cassette tapes off digitally and putting them on CD-ROM. So I can, well, digital anyway, so I can save all of my cassette tapes and have them backed up digitally. Man, this was
Auto leveler, huh?
This was a clean little yeah, we already got that done. Would you like to see it?
How do you know if it's on the level with you?
You don't have to worry about it. It automatically levels. Where did it go? Here it is. We already got it fixed. Here, let me put it up against the wall. There we go. Okay, this is the auto
Sure, I'd
leveler.
like to see it.
Okay, here, I'll put my hand up against it. Yeah, you can see that. Before it was stuck. See, it's like right now it's on lock right now. So right now, anywhere you put it, if you want like a 10-degree angle or a 5-degree angle or whatever, it automatically just casts that line anywhere you lock it at. And it was permanently like this. It wouldn't never auto level. It was just stuck like this. And we fixed it, so now it auto levels. See, now if I move it, as long as it's like within 10 degrees of level, it automatically finds level no matter what. See, so if I put it up, let me see if it's within camera range. There we go. If I sit it down, it automatically levels. Even if I move the auto leveler a little bit off, it automatically resets its level, see? And then you can have it auto level up. Well, it isn't going to do it that way because I'm tipping it so you can see it on the wall, but you can still kind of see how it's functioning. It auto levels up or to the left. And so we took it apart and we found out that the switch was
Looks like
dislocated.
it'd be great for leveling while out at sea.
Well, what it's for is like if you have pictures or something and you need to level on
Up, down, up, down.
If you need to level like a bunch of pictures or something like that, you could just stick it on the wall and it'll shoot I think it's 100-foot range or 50-foot range, but it'll shoot a line like 50 to 100 feet long, and you can just hang all your pictures at the same level, and you ain't got to find level. You can just stick it on the wall and it'll automatically give you a line. And I used to use it all the time, and then it quit working, and I didn't know why. So we took it all apart, and come to find out, see, it's refining its own level right there. Come to find out, it was a switch, I guess, got dislocated. Because once we took it all apart, and we found out how it worked, and then once we put it back together, it was working fine. So
Stop moving it. Or move it.
whee!
I'm a comment on the internet. Not a cop.
So we fixed that one already. Then we what else did we work on? I done forgot. Oh, and then we worked on breathing machine for my wife. Where's it at? Here it is. We took it all apart and we found parts for it. We found out what tore up on it, or what we think tore up on it. And we're gonna order parts for it next month and make it into a mobile breathing machine, something that she could fit in her purse and use it wherever she goes, and then charge it up at night. And so we're gonna build this up. And so we worked on this and got this going. Now we got to order the parts, and then after we get all the parts and get that part functioning, then we're going to make a 3D printed case for it. But we can't do nothing with 3D printing until we get all the parts and see how big this thing's going to be. I'm guessing it's going to actually be kind of a large size, so I'm guessing it's going to be like maybe like that is what I'm figuring, because it's going to have a battery pack and the charging unit. So I'm thinking it's going to be like this. Yeah, hold on a second, you guys can't even see that. I think it's going to be like this size. About 5 inches. Right around there. 5.5 inches, something like that. And then, of course, that size, but, you know, like a 5.5 inch square. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the battery pack's going to be like, take up this much area. So I'm thinking battery pack, compressor, and then, you know, the rest of it will just be a shell. So it'll probably just taper off. And so that's what I got in mind. But anyway, so we fixed this. So I got it figured out. So what we're doing there. And then we tore apart a cassette tape deck and found out we need belts for it. So we found that and got belts sorted so we can order them for next month. So we got an order started for next month. Let me put this tape deck back. Let me get a rag here. Next, we got a cooling fan. Nasty. Alright. Cooling fan to take care of. Let's see. Looks like we got some Allen screws. See, what did I do with that kit? Does it have Allen in it? It does have Allen in it. Nope, gonna have to be that next size up. It fits a little bit tight, but I think we can make it work. Take this leg off.
Question: where do you find all this stuff? Are these eBay specials?
Some are eBay specials. A lot of this is just projects that I've had laying around for a long time. As an example, this guy, it was a unit that I used to use for my laptops, and what happened with it, oops, there it fell off, is first of all, I highly recommend this for anybody that has a laptop that likes to stream like in a, well, not stream, but use a laptop like in a chair or in a bed, something like that, because of this leg. If you haven't seen this already, here, let me just give you an example. This is a laptop cooler. Let me move this out of the way. It's a laptop cooler, you know, obviously, and it's for a large laptop. You get them smaller. This is for a 17-inch laptop. You get them 15, 13, however big. And it has two fans on it, which is excellent. It cools very well. It's made out of aluminum. It has a little tray right here, so you can attach a little tray and have your mouse if you have a side mouse or a tablet or something if you want it on the side. I don't never use that, but you know, I just use the tray. And it's excellent. The leg is what makes it even better. It has two legs on the side that fold up flat, just like this. You press a button on the side, which is like detented, and when you press it, the leg, can't show it, there we go. The leg unlocks, and you release the button and it locks at whatever angle you want within like a 10-degree angle. Then it has another button and it does the exact same thing. So you can scissor these legs out. Kind of see how that's working? And you can scissor them out quite a bit. I mean, it can just about stand truly vertical. There you go. I mean, this is getting really tall now, but you get the idea. And so this thing can just about stand up straight in a lazy boy or an office chair or in a bed. And so the laptop actually isn't even sitting on you; it's sitting on the legs that's sitting on the office chair, or in the in the lazy boy, or in the bed if you're watching a laptop in bed or something like that. So I highly recommend it as far as that goes. The only thing that went wrong is if you leave this open and you set it down and something happens and it gets bent sideways.
Is there a way to connect the camera to it?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose there is. If you have a clip-on camera like this, I mean, I got a light, but if you got a clip-on camera, I mean, you can clip it on there any kind of way you want, you know? I mean, clip it onto the, you clip it anywhere you want, you know? But if you, the bad problem, what happened to this, if you look at this leg, you can see exactly what happened. It's not strong. These are plastic, and they're not strong to lateral movement. So if something, if something bumps into it and the leg is extended fully, let me extend this. If the leg's fully extended and somebody falls into it or something laterally, it snaps off. It snapped. That's the only problem with it. And that's what happened to this one. It snapped off. The second problem that's wrong with it, which is what we're going to try to remedy, is this thing right here. If you see that plug, it goes USB to this thing for a conversion. And what I think they should have done is they should have just put a micro USB plug on it. That way you can just use any USB to micro USB plug and just connected that up. But instead they went USB to what is it, barrel connector, that would be what it's called. And I think they should have just went USB to micro USB. I mean, that I don't know why they would have not did that. That don't make no sense to me. So instead they went USB the barrel connector, and the barrel connector eventually worn out. So what I'm going to do is take these fans off, remove this plug, and get it ready for a micro USB plug. I don't have any on me right now, but I'm going to get this ready to, you know, cut a hole and have it ready for a micro USB, so I can just take a micro USB plug, anyone, and plug it in there. That way if the wire ever
They
wears out or
want to make money
anything,
by having people have to go to them for the part.
that's probably it. And so that's the only other defect that's wrong with this. The unit itself is, in my opinion, highly recommended, with the exception of those two things. And I mean, if you're careful with it, that's fine. But what happened is I'm really wobbly. I'm not a real steady person when I'm walking. Sometimes I have to use a walker or canes. And I answered the door one day. So somebody knocked at the door. I went and ran and answered the door, and I just took my laptop. It was in my recliner, my lazy boy. And I just took, and it was fully extended, and I sat the unit down on the floor, and it was just sitting there, standing up. And I went and answered the door, and it was nobody. It was just somebody wanting me to vote for him for, you know, whatever. And so when I was walking back, I didn't have my cane with me, and I stumbled, and when I stumbled, it twisted the leg and snapped one of the legs off. So that's what actually ruined the thing, and it ripped the barrel connector out. My laptop slid off, and it just ripped the barrel connector out. So I haven't been able to use this because of that. So I figured, well, I'll go ahead and take both of these legs off, so at least I can just use this to sit on my lap and use it that way. And then I'll go ahead and fix this fan so I can put a micro USB plug in it. But yeah, a lot of things I do get through eBay, and I also wheel and deal. You know, if I fix something for somebody and they don't have the cash to pay me, then sometimes they'll give me a couple of broken items in payment, and you know, that's fine, because a lot of times, you know, if I'm not out no real big money, if it's just a couple fuses or something, then I don't mind. You know, that's fine. You know, I'm not really that particular. So, but that's the kind of things I do. But yeah, I was answering the door, and it just snapped it off. A kidney? No kidney. So anyway, I'm taking these legs off, and so that way it'll sit flush-er on my lap, because there's no sense in me having this laying around, and I can't really use it because these things dig into your lap if you try to use it. And I mean, it's really pretty robust if you're just careful with it. I just had a bad day, you know. Accidents happen, so. And I did use it for a long time.
Why not? I have 2 of them.
Why not have 2? Well, if you give me one, then you'll only have 1 of them, so. But I was thinking about trying to figure out how to 3D print a leg, but I didn't do that. But I was thinking about it real hard. I was like, I wonder if I could 3D print one of them. I thought about it really hard. So I didn't get back to you after you cut your stream off yesterday because you was having tablet issues, And so I left and I fell asleep afterwards, so I didn't get back to your stream to see if you started back up or not. Did you ever get your stream started back up, Katori?
I feel asleep as well. I was an hour late. But I had a good stream.
Awesome. We both.
Can you print a telescoping leg?
I don't know. I never tried to. That's a good idea. Ugh, look at all that gunk.
He could probably print the mount.
Be an interesting thought. Okay, so I can put this aside. This is nasty. Looks like they either glued it. Oh no, they got teeny tiny screws on there. Now let me make sure I don't have any small connectors. I got switches, I got knobs, and I got an OLED screen.
Mater, have fun. I've gotta to go hang out with my girl. I got an now toy to show off tonight. We'll see if we can get a laser cutter mod for my CNC router working.
Awesome! Will you be streaming? Oh, I don't think you stream any of it, do you? Well, that's awesome though. You have a good time. And always treasure the time you have with your girl. And I have female USB plugs, but that's the wrong kind.
The _SWK. Yeah, I'll stream it.
Awesome! If you're going to be streaming it tonight, then I will take a look at it. Definitely. I love lasers. There we go. Whoops, that's the wrong one. There we go. That's the one I was going for. Okay, so it looks like I have the wrong USB plugs. But at least we could get this ready to be upgraded. So they have one going directly to the switch. They have one going
Plug
to...
that is a good choice for your channel.
Yeah, I thought I would put that on there instead of shout out. Everybody uses shout out SO.
When the night is over, my life is over. 'Cause I start thinking.
So let's see if I got a screwdriver that small. Let's take this little plug out of here.
When the night is over, my life is over. 'Cause I start thinking again about our time together.
I do have a screwdriver that small. Awesome. So do you like my little icon, Katori? All right, we got that out of there. Turn my hot iron on.
When the night is over, my life is over. 'Cause I start thinking again about our time together.
Yes, I can see technical uses for it in other channels.
I was thinking that too, and I was thinking I could use that for my when I make soldering. Well, wait a minute. When I make circuit boards and stuff, I could probably use that as the icon on the soldering board. So I was going to make that into a SVGA, and then when I produce a circuit board, I can put that on the circuit board. So that would be like my icon. You know, I could put that and then put like, you know, Twitch TV, Matter Dash. You know what I mean? So it would be like kind of like a little plug for the channel on the actual printed circuit board. So kind of like a little multi-purpose icon. All right, got that one off. Got that one off. I'm going to save that barrel connector because I might use it for something. So I'll have to put that in my parts bin.
So, going for it being your logo?
Yeah, at least partly. So now this guy is ready for a... And I always mix them up. Micro or mini? I think it's a micro USB. I think it's micro USB. And let me put the little screws back in this guy.
Mini micro confuse me as well.
Yeah, I want the one like what's on most cell phones nowadays. Alright, this one can go into his part bin, because now we got that one waiting on parts with all his screws. Oh, we're just cruising right along now. We got all kinds of pieces waiting on parts. Let me see if I can find. Let's see, what time is it? It's 5. I probably am gonna call it a night for today. Let me see, is anybody else live?
Thank you for the stria.
Hey, no problem at all.
Stream asterisk.
Hey, I know who we can go take a look at. He's not too much of a maker, but my friend Katori kind of put me onto him, and he's very comical to watch. Let me see here. Where's my raid button at?
If you are up for playing with some Python, try threading. I cannot get it to work.
Try threading. Alright, let me go here. And let's see here.
But gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground.
There we go.
But gravity pulls you straight down.
D dashing in with that Roddy, D.
I still spelled it wrong.
OMG, you still live.
I am. Just fixing to do a raid.
When you want to get off the darkest ground. But gravity pulls you straight down. Clear sky.
I need to go to sleep. Is 1 AM for me XD. D dashing in with that raid. D. But I came on the live to leave a like.
Oh, well, thank you.
It looks less like jizz. That's a good point. That's a good point. It does look a lot less like jizz. Matadash. Matadash Raiden. Hey, Matadash, thank you very much.
CYAM8 and good night.
Great.
See you later.
Hello. Welcome. I never know if the people in the raid get to see an ad first or not. So I'm not even sure if they can hear me right now. but thank you very much, Matadash. How are you doing? What were you streaming before? Stream. Yeah, I think I'm liking the water thing. It kind of has a nice color to it. Dashing in with that raid. Hey man, dashing in very much. Welcome. How are you doing? And the blue is a nice color contrast to the rest of the comic. It's very satisfying. I'm almost scared to continue Grin Spills because I feel like I've just peaked with that. Like, that water came out pretty damn smooth, and I'm worried that the real one won't look as good. So I'm really biding my time. Hey, Master Snail. Master Snail 2016. Hello. Yeah, Codadesk, thank you very much for that suggestion. I think it's a good idea. It's a good idea. I think I'll go with it for now. Razor, I think the sweat is better, but it's also good with the water. Well, but they're both sweat. But I mean, you like the better with the droplets rather than you like it better like this. Shit, I don't know now. I don't know what I like. I don't know. I don't know what's funny. Anadash, you've been fixing electronics and working on things. Nice. What kind of electronics? I can't fix anything for shit. I mean, if something's broken, I just kind of just hit it a couple times, and if that doesn't work, then I don't know. I'm just trying something really quick here. We're not gonna go with this one, but
well, we will definitely be seeing you guys later. Thanks for watching the stream. Everybody have yourselves a good one.
We're not going with this. We're not going with this. The end. Oh, he's dead? You thought he would be face up, Tommy Two Cakes? Please stop. Please stop. That's a lot of sweat. Please stop. And the speech bubble would go at the bottom there.
Alright, need to work on the raid, so let's go here.
It's the comic that keeps on giving.
Let's open that up. Event log, let's go to... Wait, let's see.
Hey, DGK. Need the snorkel. Maybe all. Now making masturbate to add the gist. Cole, I ran an errand for 20 minutes and Red Shirt is dead. What the hell did I miss? I missed a whole bunch of stuff here. It's just crazy what just went down. Well, we have all these different options now. We have this, we have this. So we have option A, which is this. Option B. And option C.
There it is, dancing in that raid right here. Need to fix that one. Oh, I gotta take the stream offline.